What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to SSGN and the Cleveland Browns franchise. Today we're going to get started off with some gameplay from preseason, but I really just wanted to talk to you guys about the franchise and what's going to be going on. I started the first video a little prematurely. The next day after releasing the video, I found out that the new rosters were coming out, and I just couldn't keep going on with the current rosters that I had. So I went ahead, updated the rosters, restarted the franchise, and you may notice some different names on the roster now. After the preseason, and the Browns did make some changes. So bear with me on the new players. I'm sorry I messed up. Before we started the preseason, I did go out and sign Hakeem Nicks and Austin Pettis, two wide receivers that I felt could add something to this receiving core that's missing Josh Gordon. Without Josh Gordon, we really lack a big playmaker. Dwayne Bowe is a big, large target, but he just doesn't have big play material, I don't think. So I went out and tried to find a couple of guys that I felt would fit our needs as far as wide receivers went. Also, I did do some slider testing throughout the preseason. In this first game, I realized our sliders were way off. It was way too easy. So I tried some different sliders, and I think I found some that I like and that we're going to go ahead and go with the first week of the season. But we'll probably do some more tweaking to them as the season goes on. Hopefully we can make this a fun franchise. I don't want to have any blowouts or anything like that. I want it to be as realistic as possible, and we're probably going to lose some games, just so you guys know. I was really impressed, though, with our team and how we played in the preseason. We saw some great performances in the running game. I even saw some really outstanding performances from Johnny Manziel in a couple of games. But overall, this team still has a lot of work that needs to be done. Defensively, I felt like we were outstanding. The defense was tight. Game 1, we gave up 0 points. Game 2, 10 points. Game 3, 10 points. Game 4, we did lighten up a little bit. We gave up 27 to the Bears. That was a big test for us, and we kind of flopped on that. But I really do feel like the defense is there. The defense has got potential to take us to the playoffs. But offensively, we really did struggle, especially the quarterback position. Johnny Manziel, he was really hit and miss. We had a couple of really good games with him, a couple of really bad games with him. Austin Davis was pretty much terrible for us. We really struggled with him. I believe he threw 4 interceptions in the preseason with very few snaps. The running game, on the other hand, was very impressive. Led by Robert Turbin and Isaiah Crowell, the team looked really strong. A good offensive line, a veteran offensive line, led the way, paving us to over 100 yards in each of the games we played in, except for the last game against the Bears. Turbin, the addition from the Seahawks, really lifted us to the next level, I felt like, with the running game. But I still like Crowell in the backfield. It's going to be a battle between those two to see who's going to get that starting job and keep the starting job. I think both of them are going to get quite a few carries throughout the regular season. And even Duke Johnson looked really well in the running game. We didn't get him as many carries as I'd like to have seen, but for a rookie, I was really impressed with what he could do. Got lots of speed, and that's what we're really needing, especially with Turbin and Crowell both being pretty power backs. Having some speed in Duke Johnson will really help us out in balancing out this rushing attack. Overall, Mike Pettine's team finished 3-1 in the preseason, again in games against the Washington Redskins, the Buffalo Bills, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Chicago Bears. I felt like we had a pretty easy preseason schedule, though. The Bills, obviously, they came in with a really strong defense, and the defense did give us some trouble, but offensively, E.J. Manuel wasn't anything very tough as far as an elite quarterback. Tyrod Taylor wasn't either. So I really felt like we didn't get tested by a true quarterback until week 4 when we played Jay Cutler. And Jay Cutler, he torched us, but not just him. Then David Fells came in, the former San Jose State quarterback, stepped in and torched our defense for over 200 yards, playing in just 3 quarters. Luckily, we start off the preseason with some pretty easy games. First, we played the New York Jets in week 1, the Tennessee Titans in week 2, and the Oakland Raiders in week 3. And none of those teams really have a solid quarterback, I'd say. The Titans come in with Marcus Mariota, a rookie quarterback who looks like he could potentially be a star, but he's yet to prove himself. We're going to step up against him. We're going to blitz him. Paulo Kruger, Octavius Mingo, and Danny Shelton, the rookie. They brought pressure. We had over 6 sacks in the preseason, so I really feel strongly that our defense is just going to be tough for anybody to play against. But Week 4 will be our first big test when we take on the San Diego Chargers and Phillip Rivers. They have some good receivers there, and that's a team that's a playoff caliber team. And if we can go to that game with a 3-0 record and beat them, then I feel like we can really compete against teams in the AFC. The division was pretty tough though throughout the preseason. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the Bengals, and the Ravens all finished with a 3-1 record. So all 4 teams finished 3-1 in the preseason. So we know we're going to have some tough, stiff competition against those teams. I'm hoping that we can compete with the teams in the AFC North. If we can, I really do think that the playoffs are possible this year. I mean, it's getting out of that division that's going to be the tough thing. When you're facing quarterbacks like Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco, Andy Dalton, and then you have wide receivers like A.J. Green, it's not going to be easy, but it's totally possible with a tough defense. I think if our offense just plays semi-good, we can make the playoffs. Going into Week 1, we did have to make some roster changes, though. We had to cut the roster down. The big cut that we really had was getting rid of Hakeem Nicks, who we had just signed at the beginning of the preseason. He was just a non-threat. He didn't make any big plays for us in the preseason. In fact, he had no catches. He couldn't get away from defenders on defense, and I just didn't feel like he was our number 2 guy. We decided to keep Austin Pettis, though. Austin Pettis, he had some big catches, especially on 3rd down, and he was a threat. I feel like he's got more upside than Hakeem Nicks. He's younger. He's a little bit more athletic, I feel, and I think that he can fit into our offensive scheme better. So we're going to go with Pettis as the number 4 receiver, really. We're going to start with Dwayne Bowe and Brian Hartline and Andrew Hawkins for right now and see how that rolls. Starting at quarterback, we had to make some decisions on that, whether we would go with Johnny Manziel or Austin Davis, and honestly, we're going to go with Johnny Manziel to start Game 1. He played pretty well in the preseason, and I was impressed with his athleticism, and he made some good throws, and overall, he is a better face for the franchise if he can play consistently. We all know that he's got out-of-this-world athleticism, but he's not been able to translate that to the NFL at all. We're going to give him a shot. We're going to hand him the ball and say, be our starting quarterback, and we got a strong running game behind him, and we're going to hand the ball off to Turbin and Crowell and see what we can do. If Manziel can just play consistently, we're not asking him to do a whole lot for us. This defense is really good. This defense is going to hold teams. We don't have to put up a ton of points to win games. So if he can just be a consistent quarterback for us, that's what we really need from him. On the defensive side, we are going to start Danny Shelton, the rookie at nose tackle. He was an animal in this preseason. He was a run stopper, a great pass rusher, and he's just a big body. He stuffed the middle of the line. So we're going to go with him at nose guard. Have a lot of excitement for the rookie from University of Washington. So overall, that's pretty much everything that went on in the preseason. I hope that you guys are excited about this team. I am. I really feel that we're going to have fun in this franchise. We definitely have some moves to make. Come to the end of next year, we really got to decide what we're going to do with Josh Gordon. Right now, he's sitting on the roster. He's suspended. He's taking up a spot. Can he compete for a full season without getting in trouble? I just don't know. And honestly, I don't know if the new GM is going to put up with the trouble that he's been. So we got to decide what we're going to do with Gordon. Do we trade up, try to get a draft pick out of him, or do we keep him? He's an awesome talent. The guy is a crazy good playmaker and can really add to this football team if we can keep him healthy, not healthy, but keep him out of trouble for 1 year. So we got to decide on what we're going to do there. But that's, weeks away. We got to get through this season first and see what we can do. As far as the schedule goes, guys, I'm trying to figure out what works best for me. I'm trying to work around school and everything like that, and so I've decided that tomorrow I'll put up Week 1 versus the Jets, and then I'll hopefully get up another video by Saturday. And then starting next week, my schedule's going to go Cleveland Browns franchise, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to put up a video, and, if you guys can give me a like and help me to grow my channel and get some more views, that'd be great. I'd really like to see, 100 views on this video. That would really make my day, and I would look forward to making good content for you guys and getting some videos out there. So if you like this video, please give me a like. You can also hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @SuperiorSports3. If you get on there, I'm going to be posting stuff about content and new series that'll be coming up. And whenever I post a video, I'll be sure to share it on there. And if you guys could, give me some retweets and let people know that, we got something cool going on here. I hope that the content was something worth sharing and that you guys will tell your friends and help me to get some more followers. And, that would just make my day. Overall, these videos are all for you guys. I have fun making them, but it's really to get it out there, show you guys some good football content, and let's see what the Browns can do. Never been to a Super Bowl and haven't been to the playoffs for over 12 years. Let's take them to the playoffs and win some games and maybe even a Super Bowl. Who knows? So, anyways, I'm out, guys. We're going to end on that note. Thanks for joining us on SSG, and make sure you tune back in tomorrow for Week 1 versus the Jets in the Cleveland Browns franchise. Have a good night, guys.